Today we are traveling to Mexico for the Nuevo Vallarta Poker Tour, which is located in Nuevo Vallarta. It's about 20 minutes from Puerto Vallarta, which is a big tourist area. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what goes on in this vlog. Let's go. So it took me almost an hour to get through customs. If you've never traveled to Puerto Vallarta, just know this, you won't be alone if you're from the States or from Canada. There's not a lot of Mexicans coming back home to Puerto Vallarta. It's a huge tourist destination, so everyone in line, everyone on the plane was American, and then everyone to go through customs is mainly American or from somewhere outside of Mexico, but they call us gringos. We're the gringos. We're out of the airport and greeted by some street chickens, along with our dear friend Kraken Poker, Eric. And before you guys think that this is what Mexico is going to look like or our stay, this is a new world. A whole new world, así le voy a poner. That song is inspired by this view. Look at this Airbnb. It looks amazing. Pool, 3 properties, and everything. And this is where we'll be staying. We're in Mexico. We are in Bucerias. It's right by Puerto Vallarta. It's like 20 minutes drive from the airport. We are here at the casino where Nuevo Vallarta Poker Tour is happening. And this is called the Encanto Casino, and we're ready to grind. So let's go. All right, guys, so we're inside the venue. I'm about to register over there, but the mystery bounty day 1A is today. It's 5,000 pesos. 5,000 pesos, not pesos. Pesos is kisses in Spanish. That equates to $330-ish around there. We are here with tournament director Mago. ¿Cómo se apellida?
Maqueo.
Maqueo. How many years do you have hosting Nuevo Vallarta Poker Tour here in Mexico?
The 8th year. We started in 2016.
And how have you seen it grow? How much has it grown?
A lot. We were used to play in another casino. There was like 15 tables only. We have more than 40 now. And it was one tournament before. We have now 4 tournaments in the festival. We made the first Nuevo Vallarta tour, and it was a huge boom in Mexico. And so I thought I'm going to do this more often. And the casino was happy as well because they don't have many players in Nuevo Vallarta to come every time, not just for playing poker, for
this is good business for them too.
For the casino, yes, for the hotels, for the taxi drivers, for the restaurants. So it's a big event in Vallarta.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time, Mago, and I'll see you around, and thanks for inviting us. Nuevo Vallarta. All right, here we go. All right, C4, new table. Here we go, guys. Wish us luck. One of the first hands in action, we have a straight draw with top pair here. We call this gentleman's all in. We're chip leader at this point, and we've been playing pretty solid. This guy came out of nowhere to jam. He's been playing solid the whole time, so I thought he was probably jamming a little bit light for about 15 bigs. I ended up making the call because I did block heart draws and I did have a lot of outs. And he had a pair of 4s with a backdoor club draw, and we luckily hold.
Llama tiene mucha suerte, entonces vamos a ver. ¡Wow! ¿El king? El rey es bueno para mí. Ese rey es buenísimo para mí.
Our next hand here, I actually made a reel or a short about this one, but the whole tournament I haven't been getting out of line, but in this hand I did. I opened 9-5 of clubs, which I'm not supposed to do that in middle position, but essentially we go heads up and I flopped 8-7-5. So we flopped a straight draw with a backdoor club draw, and the opponent ends up check raising me on the flop, and we bink our trip 5s with the 5 of hearts on the turn, and he continues, and I just decided to call, and then the river came a king of clubs. He checks to me, and now I'm pretty much betting like 85% pot here, which is about most of his stack. And it is a weird line given that I opened pre-flop, and he did tank for a long time. Before he ends up making the call, I show my trip 5s, and he is thrown off, shocked that I had an unsuspected trip 5s there. And his friend is telling him, what did you pay with? Why are you paying there? You could just fold. And he's saying he was ahead the whole time pre-flop. He ended up having pocket deuces. But anyway, after that big hand, throughout the night, we did survive to go on to day 2 to be 3rd in chips with 205k chips.
Okay, man, it's been a wild day 1 here for the mystery bounty. Even though it was only like 3-4 tables max, I managed to bag. We're going to day 2. Got into some crazy spots. I got some bluffs through. I got value out of my hands. Overall, it's just been a wild day. It's almost 4 in the morning. We went to level 15. 2,000, 4,000, 4,000 ante are the levels or the blinds right now. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this vlog so far. Tuesday is day 2. That's a couple days from now, but when you guys watch this, obviously you will know how it all plays out. So day 1 concluded. Thank you again to Isaac, La Pecera team. You can show them for sticking around. True friends, not making me walk across the street alone at 4 in the morning in Mexico. What am I seeing? Tired. We're back. 4 a.m. Probably sleep till like noon, have a late breakfast, and then this guy's gonna fire day 1B of mystery bounty. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, enjoy Puerto Vallarta, maybe some cash hopefully, and then sweat with them. You're gonna fire again? No? You're not firing, right? Okay, so we're gonna sweat this guy, and we're gonna play cash. Hopefully we can run it up. So apparently these guys are not tired. They're not tired enough to not play fucking
very tired,
Switch.
Smash.
What? You guys are playing Smash?
Come on, let's
bro?
go. Smash Brothers one.
No, I want to see one round. I thought you guys were tired. What happened?
Hey,
Smash his life?
Smash Brothers. Let's
Smash
go.
his life.
Let's go.
So after that morning shenanigans, we ended up playing cash that night because I'm not playing in any tournaments. I ended up opening with pocket jacks to 300 pesos, and then Kraken Poker to my left makes it 1,300 pesos, and we go heads up to the flop, which comes 9 high, 2-tone. I ended up checking to him, and surprisingly he checks back, and the turn is Jin giving us a set 8 jacks. So we ended up betting 1,500 pesos. He calls, and the river is a 4 of diamonds. I ended up overbet shoving here to polarize my hand, to target any non-believing, maybe pocket 10s, maybe pocket queens even. And he ended up tank calling for all of his stack, and he doesn't show, and we get max value with our set of jacks on the turn. And here he is now working out before his day to fire the mystery bounty. So he ended up saying he had pocket queens. Not sure if I believe him, but
Yeah, bro.
I'm probably needling here this morning. And then we make our way to the gym. This is what we did every other day. You could get a gym membership for about 40 bucks for the entire week. Or I think you pay like maybe less than $10 a day. So we ended up getting the week pass, as you could see there. We're putting in some weights. Then afterwards, we make our way to the beach. We're going to eat some mariscos, which is seafood here. We highly recommend Mariscos El Gordo, which is a big spot here in Playa Bucerias. We met up with Trevi and Isaac.
This is good low-fat protein according to Eric.
I mean, camarón, güey,
I
no
mean,
es low
it's
fat,
great,
pero...
great protein after working out. So we're still in our workout clothes. We have Isaac and Trevi that just met up with us. They didn't want to come to the gym because they were
Lazy-
working. No, they
lazy
were working, bro.
motherfuckers.
They were working on the great content that you guys watch. So, but yeah, so good dinner, and then we'll probably go play some cash later. Day 2 of the mystery bounty, here we are. I waited 2 days. I finally have arrived. Now we have 49 players left in the field. There are 39 bounties. 3 of them are the big ones, which are 100K pesos, which equates to around 6K USD. So hopefully we run good. We have a good stack right now to put pressure on the small stacks. We have 205K, equates to almost 40 blinds. And there will be around 6 tables here. So wish us luck. I'll be trying to get those bounties, but obviously I want to make the final table and hopefully go heads up with Kraken Poker. Day 2, let's go.
After a couple hours in day 2, we start getting close to the money, as well as the bounties are already in play. And in this hand, we have pocket 7s against ace 9 suited, and we end up holding, knocking out a player, which gives us our first bounty. And our player to our left said that he ended up mucking when I reshoved. He had ace queen, and he probably would have won it. He would have won it there on the river.
So we got a bounty, guys. We got a bounty. And this is like, I think we're on the bubble still. No, 2 more players. I'm gonna wait for Kraken so we can open it together for good luck. Got el primero, way.
Let's go, Llama,
The one
go.
that's right there.
Get it, get it,
Oh,
get
wait. Get the chip.
Venga, 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 venga.
Primero. All right.
Vamos, Llama, vamos, Llama.
Primero. A ver, ayuda.
Venga, Llama, échame los 100,000, Llama.
Llama. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
No. Se atoró bien. It got stuck.
Buena señal, no quiere salir.
It got ¿Qué hago? ¿Me lo llevo o qué?
Sí.
¿Me lo llevo? Ya, no.
Pasas que corra.
Yeah.
Once we get back, we're still trying to eliminate players, and I ended up going all in against pocket jacks with my pocket jacks, but it's always a sweat because I do hold the jack of clubs, and on the turn, the king of clubs came, giving me the club draw. Everyone's going wild, and unfortunately, we chopped this one, and we didn't get up a second bounty. We're getting closer to the final table here. There are 2 tables left, and we pick up pocket 10s here, and we have about, I would say, 20 bigs here. I end up opening a player 3 bets, and I ended up just jamming here with my pocket 10s as, you know, I'm trying to get a double up here, and with pocket 10s here, I'd rather use my fold equity to get maybe hands like ace jack, ace queen a fold. Not sure if they will fold, but this guy ends up tank calling with pocket queens, which I said, you know, he was suspected of slow rolling here. You know, any one of us are gonna think that he was slow rolling, but he said he was thinking of folding, which is really interesting. Flop comes king high, and then bink, the turn comes a10, giving us a set. Doubling up here, huge double up. I would have been knocked out, but we survived, and we're actually 1 player away now from the final table, and I have about 6 bigs here. I end up picking up pocket 3s, and we go all in against king queen.
Ya le quitaste un diamante. Eso cambia todo.
And the flop looks pretty good for us as it comes ace deuce deuce. If we could just hold here, but unfortunately the turn came a king, giving him top pair. And that is going to be it for our mystery bounty. We bubbled the final table.
I mean, I have no other choice. I think I had like 6 bigs on the button, pocket 3s. I wasn't getting any like good ace suited or king, no overcards, no combos, nothing. So I kept getting trashed, and so I got my 3s, and I decided to just shove all in, and it looked good for a bit, and then out of nowhere, you know, the turn comes a king. So GG, didn't make the final table, 1 away, but hey, we locked 33,000 pesos in cash plus the 2,000 peso bounty. So I can't complain. 1 bullet. This would have been me, guys. This would have been me. Congrats to all these guys, man.
So after
This would've
wrapping
been
up
me.
the
Look at those
night and
trophies.
cashing our first events, we
We'll
go
get the
back.
next one.
It's 4 in the morning. Of course, these guys will be staying up to play the Nintendo Switch. They'll be playing a cooking game, and yeah, I'll be going to sleep because the main event is today. And it does not go so well. In this hand, as you can see, it's cooler after cooler. We have King Jack, it's top pair with a flush draw. We get it all in against a set of jacks. And we've doubled up this gentleman. This is our first bullet. And we are probably like level 6, so nothing crazy. And I end up getting it all in with 6 bigs with ace 10 against pocket 8s against ace jack. So we're gonna need some help here. We need a 10. We're way behind here. We don't want an ace. And unfortunately, the run out comes clean for pocket 8s actually. So pocket 8s are gonna hold and they will triple up. I get knocked out. And now we fire a second time into the main event and it's not going so well. I end up just playing a couple levels until I lose a couple pots. I didn't record every single hand, but in this hand we have about 10 bigs and we jammed with pocket 4s, which is pretty light. I think I could just be picking better spots here with maybe some hands that can have better equity, like, you know, ace 9 suited, ace 8 suited. And above, but I got frustrated and I jammed with pocket 4s. So yeah, against pocket 9s, and I think there's another hand in this one. But anyway, the point is our pocket 4s do not improve and we end up getting knocked out of the main event. This is our second bullet and we can of course keep entering. We can enter tomorrow for day 1B, and then I think there's a day 1C as well. So but that's not gonna occur because my girlfriend comes into town and it's our day off. We take a break and we end up exploring Malecon, which is in Puerto Vallarta. It's a boardwalk. I highly recommend coming here. And yeah, so we'll show you guys around what this looks like. So we're by the beach. And first, I think we need to find some sunglasses for Cass. But before we get to that, we are looking around these statues. And in this case, there's some aliens going up to the spaceship. And I'm like, take me with you, please, because I'm drawing dead on Earth.
Walking into one of the shops because Cass needed some sunglasses. So
You can buy this little mariachi hat.
yeah, so this is one of the little stores here. Lots of touristy items. A lot of them will be unique. Maybe Puerto Vallarta themed, but yeah. Ooh, those are big. But good coverage though. This touristy place could be cheap, but it also is very hit and miss because these sunglasses that were not even name brand were like 32 bucks USD. As soon as we saw that, we're like, nope, we're getting out of there. Don't settle for a pair that, here, I'll let you use mine for now. Here, let's use mine for now. Because she's tearing up, kind of dying out here with the bright sun. So yeah, bring a pair of sunglasses this time of year. From where we're staying, where the tournament is, it's about a 20-minute Uber drive. It'll cost you about $18 from Bucerias to here, Puerto Vallarta. This is called Malecon. Malon Boardwalk is where you want to go. This is the tourist area, beach. A lot of tourists, a lot of bars, a lot of eateries, margaritas, sculptures, and tourist shops. A lot of malls as well. Look at this guy. This is a real person. Yeah, it's really cool. I can't play chess, so I can't do that. Okay, attempt number 2 to try and find some sunglasses for Cass. Hopefully she finds them here. Either way, it's fine because we're exploring as we go. We're walking and we're exploring as we go, so it's not a burden looking for them. So let's see if she finds them. Right now she's using mine, remember. R.I.P. Scratch started. So we're like in one of the main hubs of Malecón, Puerto Vallarta. This is like where all the fancy restaurants, the boats, the paragliding, margaritas, everything. I don't know what this bridge is called, but it's almost like a pier walkway. It's a roundabout bridge. Anyway, this is one of the great views. Highly recommend to come during sunset. Grab a drink, grab dinner. That's probably what we'll end up doing. Obviously a lot of vendors, hats, necklaces, paintings, services, drinks. They're all gonna try to pull you in to sell you their service. Obviously that's just a hustle, you gotta appreciate it. And if something makes sense, just support them. They're not just trying to be malicious or anything, they're just trying to provide a service to the tourists. But yeah, I'm already sweating, man.
After walking for about half hour, we finally got hungry and decided to pick a spot by the beach at the boardwalk. And we picked this nice marisco seafood place, and we decided to get a nice view on the second floor of the beach here. And we ended up ordering this nice appetizer. It has fish, octopus with a nice sauce. I can't describe the sauce, but essentially it's mixed with like tartar sauce, mayo. I don't know. It was just really good, really unique. We also have the chips and salsa on the side there. We ended up getting margaritas and water. This is me trying the food. It's really good. Highly recommend. And then we get some dessert after.
So we're getting ice cream before we call the Uber. It's been a warm day, so we left room for dessert. Let's see what we get. ¿Cuánto va a ser? 86. I got it. Give me. Cheers. That's really good. I'm not just saying that.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
So we're now away from the boardwalk area and we're now on an alley, one of the alleyways, but the beach is still over there with the boardwalk. We just got attracted by that chapel over there. I want to update on the weather. The weather is about 80 degrees. Breeze helps, but after being by the beach, naturally you're gonna get sticky, like on your skin. Make sure to wear sunscreen because I didn't wear sunscreen, so I'm probably burnt back here. I'm all red. Anyway, yeah, it's quiet here, but I want to give you guys the vibes of the buildings, streets. People working, people hustling, people that live here, people that are renting, visiting. And we're just gonna check out the rest of the boardwalk that way. We're not gonna eat or anything and see where this goes. And we will be playing the high roller tonight, and we're almost getting hit by a car. But anyway, the bell, they rung the bell. We just got our ticket for the high roller event here at Nuevo Vallarta Tour. Obviously, we've had no luck with the main events after 4 bullets, but this is the high roller now. The player pool is going to be a little bit more narrow, a little bit less. So I expect to be at a table with more highly experienced players, such as Kraken, even Adrian over here. This is called a high roller, but here in Mexico, because it's not a huge tournament, it's equivalent to $1,400 to $1,500. So I know for some of you back home, that's nothing. That's a typical win, events. But here, it's a high roller. So let's see how it goes. Let's do it. No, ya vete. No, más que hermano. No, siempre me quitas el ficha.
Eso es cabrón, es lo que quiere escuchar, güey. Eso es lo que quiere escuchar, pinche Llama.
So we are sitting down at the first table of the high roller, and we are actually sitting with our dear friends here. But as they say, there's no friends at the poker table, but we get involved in quite the hand. I am in the small blind with ace queen, and I ended up putting in a 3-bet after Adrian Marcelo over there opened. And he ends up calling, the button ends up calling, and we go 3 ways to the flop, which comes trip aces for me, ace 6, ace. And I end up c-betting here. The reason for my c-bet is I'm betting a lot of my range, a high frequency c-bet situation here. And I know they won't believe that I'm gonna have an ace. It makes it less likely to have an ace. Adrian ends up making the call, the button folds, and we go to the turn. I'm hoping for some sort of clean turn, and it comes a 4 of hearts, which is not the cleanest for his range. And I continue betting, though it doesn't change anything for me. The good thing is I hold a queen of hearts, so if he does have like a flush draw now, less likely for it to come on the river. Once I continue to bet here, he ends up raising, and I do think about this raise. I'm probably thinking he's doing this with a lot of middling pocket pairs that don't believe I have an ace, who's probably trying to protect from my bluffs. But I think I would have slowed down on the turn if I had bluffs like king jack, king queen. But anyway, I end up making the call, and the river is a 7 of hearts, which is a really disastrous card for me considering his range. He could have a lot of straights here because he plays a wide range of hands. He's just the type of player to play, you know, hearts, suited gappers, maybe 8-5 of hearts here. Believe it or not, he would play this way. You know, he's not a pro, but he is improving his game. I end up tank calling here, and he shows pocket 8s, and I show him the bad news with trip aces, and we get a nice pot here. The next hand, not a crazy hand, we're 3 ways, and flop comes king high. I have a pair of kings, I have king 10. Adrian ends up taking the lead. The middle position player over there ends up calling, and I raise here because we want to protect from anyone holding an ace and also get some value from worse kings. He ends up letting it go, and the player there ends up making the call quickly, and we go to the turn, which is a 7 of hearts. It does look really connected in terms of straights. It goes check check, and then the river comes another, I mean, it's not a blank, but it doesn't change anything for me. I check. He ends up now betting, and I'm pretty much gonna call a lot of the times here with top pair, good kicker. He ends up betting for about 70% pot, and I end up pretty much snap calling here because, you know, I want to see what he has, and also I'm not folding top pair with a good kicker. He ends up flipping over a worse king with king 7, and of course with king 10 we take it down with our better kicker. This next hand, I probably overplayed. You guys can be the judge. We are the 3-better pre-flop, and we went 3 ways, and the flop came 10 king 6 with 2 clubs. We have a nut flush draw, we have a straight Broadway draw, and we just flopped the world essentially here. And I end up c-betting. The middle position player ends up just calling, and now the player 5, seat 5, ends up raising it, and I'm not going to tell you what he has right now, but he ends up raising this hand. And for my equity with all the outs that I have, you know, given that I have fold equity and the amount of outs that I have, I ended up just jamming for about 45 bigs more because we started deep in this high roller. The player 4, seat 4, ends up letting it go, and then c5, who is the raiser, ends up tanking for a while before making the call. And man, what a flip. He ends up having king 10 for 2 pair, and I have so many outs here. Any club, any jack will do, and unfortunately the turn comes in 8, so we're drawing slim until the queen of hearts comes in, not giving us anything. So we lose almost our entire stack, doubling him up. And so now we end up having about 15 bigs here, and I wake up with ace king here, and I ended up 4-bet jamming, and then the 3-better ends up showing pocket king. So it's ace king against pocket kings against a player who had only about, like, I don't know, 4 bigs left, who jammed with anything because he got in a big pot before this. And our ace king needs a lot of help. We're gonna need an ace, so we're hoping we get an ace on the flop. And it does not come, unfortunately for us, so our tournament life is at risk in this high roller event. And by the way, this high roller is about $1,500 USD worth, so I just wanted to let you guys know I didn't disclose that. And we bust. Now we go enjoy ourselves while everyone else is playing the high roller. So we come back out to Malecon for now. I am out with the ladies, which are the wives and girlfriends of the crew, including my girlfriend Cass. We get some food before we end up going out for drinks. And this is our first, like, you know, bar club scene, which is by the Malecon area. This one's called the Cow, La Vaca. There's a lot of places there. So then after that, we go to a different official club with the rest of the crew who meet us there. And as you can see, a lot of fun. You know, just the vibe, the atmosphere is ridiculous. Not the most packed because it was already like almost closing hours, like 4 a.m. And this guy was funny. He was like this, you know, shorter dude trying to sell everyone a bottle. But anyway.
So the club here closes at 4 a.m. So it's currently 4 a.m. They gave these out. I'm not sure if they're gonna collect them, but everyone's just like mingling, interacting. I'm not drunk, I promise. The alcohol was kind of weak. Yeah, a little bit weak. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little party segment of Puerto Vallarta and the club.
The next night, the last night there, I'm not playing in any more events as it's just been run bad for me. We check out this carnival, which happens, or this fair, which happens once a year here in Bucerias. And, you know, as you can see, we're having fun with the paintball gun. We ended up betting here who can shoot the most cans down out of 10 shots. And we ended up chopping, all 3 of us, ended up getting 8 shots. And they even made a joke that it's not fair because I'm from the States. Don't want to talk about that gun violence. But anyway, then this crazy game, which might look familiar to some of you degens, this is legal. This is a game. You can bet your money on roulette, and I mean, it's sad to see, but you see this like 6-year-old betting his like 1 peso. I don't know how much that coin is worth there actually, but he is starting very young. He's trying to double his money to try to get like maybe some candy. He ends up winning that one. He bets again, and then he's gonna end up losing. Eric, Kraken Poker to my right, ends up trying to get some bullets back, and as a joke for the content, he ends up betting some money after this kid, and unfortunately ends up losing it all. It's just amazing how we come here and we can't escape Vegas. Anyway, the next morning, we finally get some breakfast before we call this a trip.
It's finally the end of my trip here at Puerto Vallarta. It is Tuesday, and my flight got delayed, so I'll be here for a couple more hours, but I'm by the beach, so I'll try to find a spot to just chill, have a drink by the beach before I go to the airport. But yeah, this trip was very valuable in terms of experience, to say the least. I got my biggest cash. I don't play many tournaments. The cash was for about $2,000 USD worth, the mystery bounty with the bounty itself. Everything else I did not cash. I fired multiple bullets, but didn't go our way. Variance didn't go our way. But now, yeah, we're for sure gonna plan to come back and probably stay closer to the beach for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that vlog. Again, this is the Nuevo Vallarta tour. It's in Bucerias. It's close to Puerto Vallarta, and it's not that expensive. High value tournaments, not too high in buy-ins, and the trip from Vegas to Puerto Vallarta in terms of the airplane ticket is only about under $400. So your money goes a long way here if you're from the States. Please come visit one time at least to Nueva Vallarta tour, or just to visit in general. I'll be coming back for sure, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you.